Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very well. It's January 2020. We've now got the JF-17 and the F-16C Block 50 in DCS, and we need to, of course, test the maximum sustained turn rates. The parameters of the test are going to be ISA ambient conditions, 50% gas in the tanks with fuel burn turned off. Tests will be performed at sea level in the usual manner that we do. We've done so many of these turn rate tests, I'm not going to explain it, I'm just going to go and do it. If you want to understand the method, then please go back and watch some of the previous videos. We'll do the actual test in DCS, we'll get the results from the data pack in the TAC view. Predictions, well, the F-16's got a better power to weight ratio and it's known as a two-circle fighter, so I'm guessing the F-16's going to be better, but you never know. And of course, this is DCS, this is not the real world. Both these aircrafts are heavily based on fly-by-wire, especially in the pitch, and I'm aware that you can modify these fly-by-wires and bypass them. However, we're not doing that today. Today everything is staying as standard. We will do a separate video seeing how much we can improve the turn rate via manipulating our FCS. So let's get started with JF first of all. Check everything's set and recording the data, and it is start 200 knots, got about 500 knots or whatever G we can sustain, and somewhere in that envelope we're going to find our maximum. Power on, off we go. Whoops, nearly forgot. Special afterburner mode is allowed. Funky little fighter this is. As an advantage, this has an advantage over the F-16, of course, because it carries less fuel, and we've got 50% fuel rate on today. Right, just getting settled. Right, let's start there. I can feel the alpha being unstable there, so let's start there.
Look at you guys with the new logos.
Hey, soon. Us with our matching logos.
Yeah. It's like you guys can get a room.
Yeah, we do have a room. Literally, we're in that room, saying you've upset the internet, you know, by having your gear out on that drag race. Have you seen that you've upset the internet?
I know I did, and that was silly of me. I should have. The thing is, I try to take the trim off, and you have to do that with the flaps down.
Ah, I see.
And when I pulled the gear up, the freaking trim was still at 12.
Yeah.
And I went to click the gear, and it was only the first switch, and I didn't push it all the way forward.
See, there is indeed always one.
That's NyQuil for you, mate.
Come on.
Yeah, I've had this freaking flu for the last 4 or 5 days.
Same here, driving me nuts.
Yeah. I just got over it. I mean, I think I broke my fever today.
Good. Oh yeah, because you said you were feeling ill, didn't you? I remember. Okay, we're up to 260 knots. Only 4.6 G, so we're not going to get much turn rate like this. Starting to mount. Let's see how many G we can get at 300 knots. Little bit of yaw instability going on, nothing major. Good control, not much interference with the fly-by-wire so far, so happy about that. We're up to 5G. Oh, okay, I just hit a massive divot there, that was annoying. Nothing like a good microburst. Okay, she's really coming alive now. Got over 300 knots, and all of a sudden she is dancing like crazy. Look at this. That feels Spitfire fast. 22 degrees per second or something. .340 knots. Actually feels a little bit too good, if I'm honest. .7G. 360, 7G. Hit another divot. .390, 7.5G. Pilot's going to start struggling soon. Good control. Everything feels good. I've got a warning going off somewhere in the cockpit if you can hear that. 10 degrees angle of attack, 7G, still well within parameters. 400 knots, 7.5G. I think we're starting to struggle for lack of thrust now. .20 knots, still 7.5G. I think we're just run out of power. No, 8G, we're okay. Still got plenty of control. 430, let's see if we can get up to 9G, which is what we really want. Oh, big divot. Wow. Either we've not got enough power now to go any faster, or the fly-by-wire's getting in the way. I'm full backstick now. I can't do anything to turn any faster than this. And the fly-by-wire is now stopping me, or lack of power. Either one, I don't know. Probably fly-by-wire is not letting me get past 8G. It's a bit disappointing, because that's where you get your big turn rate between 8 and 9G. Okay, it's pretty much stuck there, I think. No, we can keep going. Not much I can do now, just hold the back stick back and hope for the best. Okay, that's me out. Interesting.
What the hell are you testing?
Sustained turn rate. So the JF-17 were good. Had good control throughout the envelope. It either ran out of power, or more likely, I think the fly-by-wire just stopped at 8G. It said no more, no pas de 8G, and just took control of my elevators. I don't think I couldn't turn any tighter. So F-16. Let's see if we've got a father state like that, or whether we've got full control of this bird. I don't know. Shall we get in? So let's have a look. We've got a lot more power. We've got a bit more weight though, quite a lot more weight. And weight, there's nothing worse for turn rate than weight. So, in we go. Wish me the best.
Always do.
Okay, it's immediately a bumpier ride. Just getting settled in this high alpha region. Okay, here we go. Definitely got more control of this than the JF. I can really finally tune that speed if I want. The JF, it was a bit more autonomous. Okay, we're getting into a comfortable alpha now. Right, she's coming alive. She's starting to stretch her legs now. 320. Where's the G? Oh, there it is. G's a bit disappointing at the moment. Up we go again. G. I think we're going to get our peak quite high up in this plane, 400, 450. The Jeff, I think it was about 350. Excellent control. Oh, look at that. That was a big one. Whee. That really got me, that did. Right, we've got to get back into the flow now. Heading up to 7G now. .390, 7G. She's coming alive now. It's just starting to kick into gear finally. Got that reclined seat, so should hopefully see some more G tolerance. .400, 7G. Still got very good elevator control. Oh, god damn it, that's so annoying. We're good, we're good. Okay, we're 8G now, 420. Ah, problems. Gonna have to come off the gas. Ran into a... yeah, that's the problem, she's an animal. I have to be really careful about over 8G. Let's try and get some more data in that low 400s. Pop it. Okay, here's where we have to be really careful, look. She just destroys the pilot at this point. Okay, feels like she's peaking. Just get into low 8s, I think, and we'll get... Got it right there, I think. It's past the point of no coming back. Whoa! Right, that's the best we're going to do. Let's go and analyse the results. JF-17. Let's get him right. Let's get him settled. Okay, here we go. All right, 15 degrees per second, 15 degrees per second, 16 degrees per second, 17, 16, 17. All looks about normal for a light fighter jet. 18, getting pretty good now. 19. Touched on 20's door, got 20 there at, wow, it just touched 20 there, but that wasn't sustained. You're sustaining 19, up to over 300 knots now, so we can see the peak quite early, about low 300s, I think. You sustained a good half turn there of 20, 23, 21, 22, which is bloody amazing, actually. Well, it hasn't really sustaining 20 nicely here. Look. 21, 21, 20, 20 and a half. Some peaks and 20, 20, 21, 22, 21, 20. Seems very solid 20 to me, if I'm honest. 20, 20, 18. It struggles at highest. There, you see, this is what I was saying. It was really. I just couldn't get the G any higher than 8, and this is where it was restricting me. So I'm kind of down to below 20 again. So don't try to turn fast in a JF-17, at least with the normal fly-by-wire on. It just doesn't want you to turn for whatever reason. We saw some small peaks of 20, but you've got to hold it for like 5 or 6 seconds to make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and have no loss in speed. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that could be considered consistent. So you got 21 there at 380. Let me write that down. And the faster it got, the slower it got. So let's see, back up. Let's see if we got any. I had a peak there, but I think that was it's just lifting alpha, I think. I've seen that one. That was one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shit, I was reading the wrong figure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got to go. That's very similar to the Hornet. 21 degrees per second at 360 to 380 knots band. I think that's certainly how that felt. Next plane. Come on, baby. I want good things from you. So this is a different plane. It's heavier. It's got more power. I suspect we're going to see its power band being right at the top there, 450 knots. I think. I don't really know, obviously. Not a pilot, but... okay, so we've started. And we've started similar to JF-16, 17, 18. Look at that. Look at how smooth it is. And the reason it's so smooth compared to the JF is that I had so much finer control over the F-16. The JF, it kept interrupting me in subtle ways. So I could keep this a lot more smoother. And you see, look, I'm almost keeping a perfect turn rate, which is almost impossible to do any other fighters. One of the many reasons why I consider this easily the best plane in DCS. Not necessarily in performance, but in terms of its modelling and, you know, its control. Oh dear, we're not doing very well. 19 degrees per second. Well, I thought this was a bloody turn fighter. There, though, that look how high the angle of attack is. And that's one thing about the F-16. It runs at such a high alpha, even at moderate speeds. I don't think we're going to see it kick into gear until about 400. Watch this space. Check I am actually recording. I am. Now, on that, I want to see that alpha going down now as that speed goes up. 19, it's struggling. So don't turn tight. Or don't turn slow in an F-16, whatever you do. Because this is appalling so far. 400 knots. The alpha is still high, but at least the turn rate's going up. 20. So we're actually losing to the JF at the moment, which is kind of embarrassing. 19. 20. 400 knots. Now the good thing is I have a fly-by-wire that doesn't get in my way, so I can control all the way up until blackout. That control is useful if you know how to avoid blackout. Oh dear. I really wanted to see this to be good. I've been told it's a good turn rate fighter, but it's clearly not in DCS because those were not very good figures. 16, yeah. Struggling. Okay. It's not even catching up with the Mirage. I thought something was wrong with it. Right, anyway, I'm just... There's an overview at the moment. So that was 20, that's 20. The max we've seen is 20. Can we squeeze a 21 anywhere? Can we squeeze a 21 anywhere? It's about... There's a big peak. Let's see how long that was for. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... No, speed was reducing. I hit a divot. 20. The alpha's just too high. 20. 470 knots. I'm going to black out. Oh dear. That, sir, is a solid 20 degrees per second fighter, which is much less than the Hornet in DCS. I don't know about real life. You know, obviously it's more complex in real life with the EM charts and whatnot. It's not as simple as this, but that has really put me off the F-16. I really thought it was a turner. Yeah, no. I'm trying to find any ray of hope and there's nothing in there at all. It's a solid 20 degrees per second fighter between about 400 to 450. Oh dear, so it's worse than the JF. And interestingly, that is what showed in our dogfights. It gets outturned by the JF in various speeds. So that's a real shame. Makes me want to shout Wagner in the air. Seems like an F-15. That's what it seems like, which is really weird. Right, so here we go. Peak sustained turn rate, 50% gas. At the top, I thought he was going to get chucked off, but sadly not. The F-18C Wagonomobile peaks at 420 TAS. It's a good band. It's like it's mid to high 300s up to 420. It's 22 degrees per second. It's just unbeatable in a dogfight. The MiG-29G is a widowmaker, but if you can fly it fast in a turn and handle the G, you can do 21 degrees per second. The JF-17, to me, feels way too good. Bearing in mind its credentials, its power to weight ratio and whatnot. I'm not a pilot, I don't know obviously, but you know, just from feel, it doesn't seem right. At 21 degrees per second, at mid to high 300s, you know, it makes it pretty much the best dogfighter in DCS, which just doesn't make sense. In sustained, it's not snap, and it's got probably the best snap out of all of these as well. F-16, to be honest, really disappointed. A, you have to go bloody fast to get this, the peak, and secondly, the peak was 20 degrees per second, same as a Tomcat, and it's the same as a Mirage 2000, and our credentials... I know the Tomcat's weird. It's very different turner to the rest of these, but the Mirage, you know, its credentials are so much worse, the Mirage, than the F-16. I swear the F-16 should be up there at 22, 23 degrees. Now, before everyone says, oh, but it's not finished yet, Cap, I have spoken to ED. They've given me permission to do this because they, you know, consider it ready for testing. So I have done my due diligence. That is the F-16 in DCS at the moment, basically. They may hopefully watch this and... well, I don't know. I'm just telling you what I think. I don't obviously know. I rely on you guys to come back with your superior knowledge and tell me what you think. But to me, I'm just a bit disappointed. I really thought, you know, that was the main reason I was going for this as a turn rate fighter. So I'm going to struggle now, obviously, with that. In fact, look, it's as bad as a J11, almost. Never mind. Anyway, well, I hope you enjoyed that.